Hi everyone, welcome to episode 25 of Trials and Trebuchets. I am Luke, also known as your Dungeon Master. Joining me is...
Hey, how you doing? It's Ben here. I'll be playing the level 4 gnome wizard Winslow Wallaby, and if you want to help him get to level 20, all you need is to... I don't know where I was going with this.
You need to pay five
you need to pay me so I can get this little kid to level up. Oh, it also has a cat.
Wait, you need to pay me with 1/17 of a soul, please. I lost mine.
I deal in souls. Okay, moving on.
Okay. I love orbs and I cannot lie.
You always have the sickest beats.
Let me through.
Let me in.
Let me in!
Okay, let me do that again. I love orbs and I cannot lie. Integrity can't deny. She got her scroll back and she don't do no crack. Hey, y'all, it's me, Carla, the brain of the level 4 tiefling route, Integrity Addleberry. What's up?
That was amazing.
Okay, you get this crown forever.
You just win all the time.
She gets the crown
This is a
now
permanent
forever.
fixture.
Holy shit.
Now I'm embarrassed to do mine now. I can't do an intro because yours
Do
was
it.
so good. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, a level 4 half-elf bard. A man she'd never met before today just told her they were involved with the same family. I choose to believe everyone in this podcast is in the goddamn mafia, so let's put a tyrant on ice.
God damn it. I feel so bad now because my intro is like very
Look,
Okay,
we
sad.
need to
Bring it down a little.
we need to calm the folks down at home.
I didn't expect there to be so much energy.
We're gonna
right
be
now.
somber.
My name is Sam, and I play Sarah Cinderman, a level 4 human sorcerer, and
She killed him!
that was my intro, by the way.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Killed him!
Just
Okay. I was like waiting for the other shoe
Yeah.
to drop.
just sigh. I'm sad.
Valid. This
Done.
TBH.
Last
Valid.
time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students duped a couple of idiot Inquisition peons into bringing them to the holding cells on the second floor, bumping into the second-in-command Inquisitor Yelm, who happened to invite the students into his office for a cup of hot cocoa. A terrible and regrettable event then transpired, allowing the students to reclaim their Hall of Fun prizes before boating through the now flooded first layer to the tavern. After a dramatic meeting with Faramel, they returned his staff and gave Artis the Orb of Might, restoring his health almost simultaneously. And we find ourselves now in that basement. Artis takes his first genuine deep gasps of air that he did not struggle for the first of the day.
That he did not struggle for.
Yeah, since probably he got off that elevator with you and then was shoved back on. This is the best he's been breathing, you know? Like, it's not like you were super aware of how he was breathing, how his breath.
Artist, I know exactly how
No
your
one knows
breathing
his breath
patterns are.
pattern.
You didn't really pay attention to his breathing patterns prior. You don't know how quality they were, but these ones are pretty choice.
Artist breathes?
Faramel has wrapped very tightly his staff to his hand with a piece of cloth, and is sitting there. And he's going to say, are you going to stick around for the festivities to come, or are you going to take off?
There's a party?
I think he means the killing. The killing part.
I mean the killing
Oh.
part.
Are you going to stay here?
I will assist you if you choose to stay. Otherwise, I have business elsewhere. I don't hold a personal grudge against these people. They were doing their jobs. But it's been 7 years. I have work to get
We
back
could
to.
just leave.
But what about Artis?
With him, of course.
Is he like completely awake? Like he can walk kind of
He's-
awake? Or
You lean down and kind of like poke him in the chest, like, is this guy okay? and his eyes are going to weakly open, and he's going to grab you by the wrist, Integrity, and pull you very close, and he's going to whisper a few words and say, "The heart of gold," before closing his eyes once more, and this time into a peaceful slumber, not like a dying slumber.
Does he mean Integrity has a heart of gold? Aw, that's so sweet of him.
Was it just Integrity who heard this?
Yes, it was like barely audible.
I'm going to look up and be like, heart of gold. No context at all.
They said that they had an artifact that was do the gold magic, right? They said, so that must be the thing with the blood and the gold.
Where can we find this heart of gold?
Probably
I just
with
know
the
it
Emperor.
exists.
Pheromone? Heart of gold?
Never heard of it, unfortunately.
I don't know. I just remember
Here,
that's
let
what
me roll
Krez
this
has
dice
said.
on this table. I have heard of it, actually.
Where'd you get those dice, Pharamel?
Well, these newts left them here. I have heard of it. It's
The news played D&D in between the evolution.
Christ.
Oh my god.
to my
But it's like houses and
best
humans.
Oh, fuck.
approximation from what I overheard in my cells. Something that got dug up. They started talking about that jailer, that goldsmith, the torturer, Har, was talking about it pretty, not loudly, not in a gloating sense, but enough that, there's not much else going on. So you pick up a thing or two. I think that they found it a few months ago. It might have inspired Korka's reign of terror. Beyond that, I'm afraid I couldn't help you.
So do you think Artist wants us to take it or to destroy it? Or, like, what does he want us to do with it if we find it?
I'm going to go back to Artis, and I'm going to see if the other stone will wake him up.
So you put the green stone in his other hand.
No, same hand.
Wait, so he's just...
You take the other one out of his hand and put the new one in
No,
his
I'm going to put them together. How big are these orbs?
4
They're
inches.
4 inches.
Yeah, it will fit in his
Stack them on
hand.
top of each other.
No. That's not how orbs
I don't
work.
think that's not how circles work.
They're gonna glue them together.
You can like lean them on him so that he's like cradling it with his hand, I would say. Yeah. As soon as you pull the green one out though, Pharamel's like eyes like not like light up in a sense of like, oh wow, cool, I want those. But like
Like he didn't
he looks
know.
worried. He looks very worried.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
But he's not going to say anything. And Integrity, as you drop it, not drop it, as you place it gently next to the yellow orb, your headache dissipates as you let go. But he doesn't look any better
Great, you gave him the headache.
than he did.
I'm gonna go take the green back and put it in my backpack.
Okay, you don't get a headache again. You just have the orb now.
So that didn't work. I assume if like he had it and like God complex or whatever, it's probably something that he'd probably keep with him. So if we want to get this thing or destroy it, or maybe if we look at it, it'll just like become obvious what we're supposed to do. I guess we probably have to go with the plan of get in there and
What if we
kill
tell-
the guy.
But what
I mean, we're not obviously, but like they'll, we'll help them. I guess.
what if we
Oh my
tell the
God.
newts what our like hypothesis is, and maybe they can...
I don't think Integrity is the type that use the word hypothesis, but
Oof.
that's just me.
You're so rude. Mean people can be smart too.
Integrity's
Integrity's
mean?
mean.
No, she's not. She has a heart of gold. She
Hey,
is the
she
heart
has
of gold. So maybe we can tell them, and maybe they can do something about it. What would we do with a gold, with a heart of gold?
Maybe they just want us to destroy it. I don't know. Maybe we should ask, like, what they know about it, and then, like, figure out what we should do.
Okay.
Like, I obviously don't particularly want to go into another layer and do more fighting, because we are not fighters, and, like, witness somebody dying, but I just don't want to, like, leave something that, I don't know, destroys the world, or I don't know.
I
We should
know, I
figure
miss
it
a
out.
good bed.
Guys,
Right?
I'm tired.
Oh my god. Dude, fucking same. We got woken up by a vine. We got involved in a coup. This all sucks. So let's figure out what this heart of gold thing is so we can get back to school. Can't believe I'm saying I want to go back to school, but back to school as soon as possible.
Don't forget, we almost started a bee war.
Oh yeah, that happened. Jeez.
So
It feels like we've been in here for months. Should we?
I'm gonna start going upstairs.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Follow.
So while this scene's going on, I'm going to cut upstairs to the bar. Serenap, you're over in one of the booths, I presume, by yourself, just kind of staring down, thinking, replaying the moment over and over and over in your head the first time that you ever thought.
No.
Like, you can see the expression.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ben, for playing down my trauma.
You can just like the expression is like burnt into your mind.
Burnt?
Like,
Bad choice of words.
Oh. The expression which Yum had on their face is imprinted upon your mind.
Jesus.
Like it's something that you're likely never going to forget.
You
Unfortunate
won't
as that might be.
forget this moment.
Unless we give her concussion.
Luke, we can never have an actual serious moment.
Sam,
in
don't
this
worry. I'll cut his audio track. That's a lie.
Okay.
Unless we give her
That's a
concussion.
lie.
So she forgets.
That's a lie. Sounded like you cutted that in from somewhere else. Like that was good.
So, as you're sitting here, going over it, Blub, your good friend, is gonna come take a seat, and he's gonna go, how let me try that again. And he walks away, and he walks back, and he goes, why are you looking so down? Mind if I sit?
Go ahead.
And he sits down, and this is like there's like this weird, I don't want to say vinyl because it's not quite vinyl, but it's not stone. It's some sort of weird slick fabric that is covering the tops of the stone booths. And he kind of like skids across it, and it makes this weird sticky sound as his like somewhat moist skin kind of like smears across it. And he just kind of like looks you in the eyes this entire time as it's happening. And then finally decides to stop trying to scooch in a little bit and just stops. And he's like half in, but half out. But he just kind of like holds it because he's too proud. And he looks at you, goes like, so,
Come here often?
how's it? Why aren't you downstairs with your friends?
I just needed some time to think.
What are you thinking about? What are you gonna do after you get out of here? That's what I'm thinking about. Oh, can't wait to get home.
What's your home like?
Oh, it's warm. A lot warmer than it is here. Colors aren't so bright. And he kind of like gestures towards his like arms and stuff. He goes, won't have to wear this weird paint anymore so that we blend in or such and so forth. It's kind of irritating. And he picks at his skin a little bit, and you see like this film peel off, and underneath you can just see this like dull red color. And he's like kind of leans back, almost relaxed, and you hear like that sound once more as his skin like squeaks across the fabric, and he goes, oh, where are you from? Prime Material Plane? I never really been there. We never really had any business going there. Is it nice over there? Good vacation spots? Beaches?
I before coming to this school with everyone else, I didn't really have a chance to go anywhere. So
I feel you.
I can't say there's many
I feel you.
vacation spots. The capital where I kind of grew up was decent, though I didn't really go outside the castle walls. There were gardens. It was well maintained.
That sounds nice. I emulate. I understand how you feel. When I was a kid, my parents just always kept me and my siblings locked up. It wasn't until I joined up with Kreska that I really got out to see anything in the world. And it's not the most glamorous life, and it's kind of hard on you sometimes, but I don't want to say you get used to it. But
I'm kind of starting to see maybe it was a good idea for them to keep me away from other people.
you never Oh, I'm sad. You've made me, Luke, sad.
I'm sorry.
Oh God, she just brought down the depresso hammer.
I already said that I was sad in the intro. That was my warning to everybody. Serenep is her own warning.
Blub is going to take a long sip out of his stone cup, and you can see like this green liquid sloshing around, like this bright, vibrant neon green liquid just sloshing around. And he kind of takes a long sip, thinking about what to say. And he takes it, puts it down, and sets it on the table and goes, well, there's a lot of things you can't experience in life if you don't go out and meet with other people. Some of them are bad and some of them are good, but, you know, bad things happen, but good things happen too. And you gotta focus on the good things.
I've seen bad things before. I've watched people die, but I've never killed someone. She kind of like drops her face on the table.
You feel
just
you feel a moderately wet hand like brush your hair and cannot give you a head rub. Not like uncomfortably, but just like obviously moist to the touch. Like humid skin. I would describe his skin as humid.
I don't think we need any more descriptions, please.
And kind of
if
like
he doesn't describe it as wet, is it not wet?
Tussles your hair and says, You seem strong. I'm sure those friends of yours will help you through this. You get some rest before we head out in the morning. And he gets up and as he squeaks his way across the bench and walks back to his companions. And at this moment, the door to the downstairs opens up, and your companions and Faramel walk out, and the two Root Newts who have been assigned to watch Artis sprint down the stairs, like almost like falling down the stairs. They run downstairs. And the three of you see Serenep over with her head down, just like tears in the eyes, like just this glazed expression, sitting at a booth.
I'm gonna go over
when
to
she
her,
sees
like...
them. When she sees them, she like quickly wipes away wipes her eyes, and she like sits up straight again.
I'm going over to her. We can find out about this heart of gold like later. Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well. What's our next plan?
So we found out about this thing called the Heart of Gold. We're pretty sure it's that artifact that they were using to do the whole blood gold magic thing. Artis is better. He's still asleep, but he's better. He like briefly mentioned it. Hey, it's a good thing that you gave Faramel that staff, because that helped Artis get better. So you did something great. So yay. So we are just gonna try to figure out what we're supposed to do with this stone. But are you sure you're okay?
It's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I don't know. Like I don't know what you're going through right now, but maybe if like, you know, we stop this guy, like this really bad guy, and things are better in Patter, that'll be like a lot of good that we can put out into the world, you know, something like that we know that we've all done that helps people. And I don't know, maybe that'll help. I don't know. Shit. I hope you're gonna do okay.
As you're rambling, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder. I'm gonna wait till you're done. I'm gonna say thank you.
Come on, let's find out about this heart. Hey.
Yep.
Oh, the feels.
I didn't mean to make this like this. I'm
You've
sorry.
done, Sam, you've done so good.
That was like right in my ear. Hail.
Who do you want to walk over to? There's Flo. There's Flo, who you've talked with, Kreska's younger sister, by your intuition, her younger sister. And then there's Blub, her second in command, who's sitting over with his soldiers, or his comrades now.
I'm gonna go up to them and be like...
You also know Bean, who's in the corner, who is the smoke bomb fellow.
Ah, yes.
I'm just gonna go to the people that look like leaders.
Okay. Which one? Flo or Blub?
Flo.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, do you know anything about the Heart of Gold?
She kind of... You knock her out of her train of thought, and she looks over at you with a jolt, and she goes, "The Heart of Gold, did you say?"
Yes, that's what I just said.
And she spins around on her heels and like her finger dramatically. She points at the ceiling and then lets it slowly drop on the napkin. And
I love Mapkin so much.
I'm the napkin.
It's like
napkin.
she gestures to it and she says, "The throne room, the seat of power for Korka. We seem to think that he's gone on a rampage because of this supposed heart of gold. And I don't know what it does, but I don't think that he should have it. But we assume, what I mean by that is we assume he has it with him based on our intelligence. What I've gathered from being here for a hot minute.
Are you planning to
From that imbecile Blub." She says it very loudly so that he can hear.
Are you planning on destroying it?
We plan on acquiring it and bringing it back to HQ. Kreska will make the executive decision on that one. Why? Did you need it or something? I'm sure a deal could be arranged. You did help us out quite a bit. It would be way easier than paying you.
In all honesty, we'd probably only need it for like a short time until we figure out if it actually can reverse the damage done.
Ah, cool. That, well, as acting chief of the Root Newts, she says loudly, which no one seems to take note of. She goes, "I think it's perfectly fine."
A question about like Korka and the whole god complex. Was it like
Yeah, super shoot.
Yeah, was it like he found this thing and then it like turned him evil, or was it like he was always evil and then he found a weapon of power and then he went nuts? Cuz I feel like if this is a thing that like makes people turn evil and hungry for power and shit, it should maybe like not be taken so much as like destroyed, I think.
Yeah, like the ring.
The ring?
In Horde of the Bracelets.
Horde of the
Bings.
Goblins?
Horde of the Bings.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. Hey, Stove! She yells at one of the Newts just sitting at the table, and he turns with a jolt and goes, "Yes, what did you need?" And she goes, "Is this thing like a Horde of the Goblins style thing? I've never heard of it, but these hip young kids seem to know what it is, so I assume you're hip with pop culture and you know what it is. Or is it more like he was kind of already a bad dude, so it just made him even worse dude? Like, oh, I have all the power now. You got anything on that?" And Stove is going to push up his glasses and say, "Well, I think it was like a situation of he was already a pretty bad dude, so obtaining a very powerful artifact made him all the worse, just power hungry.
So this
power
isn't
crazy."
like a heart that makes people go evil.
And he pushes up his glasses again, and you see the glint of the sun that doesn't exist in this plane.
Yes, anime
and
eyes.
he says, "It's my best approximation, judging by my calculations, yes."
Cool. Okay, so the best thing to do for us then would be to just like take it. Do we know like how big it is? Like what it looks like? I mean, I imagine it looks like a heart, but maybe it's just called that.
Flo turns, pushing Stove away, and says, "We know nothing about it whatsoever. Other than
Great.
that, Korka has it, and we don't want him to have it, and we think it made him a worse person.
Okay.
Thanks for the intel, Stove." And he ignores her.
Okay. So, so the game plan then was to go in a few hours down to the palace and just like break through the defenses. Do we know like how many people stayed behind? Like what's their situation looking like?
Well,
guard-wise?
based on our intelligence, we know that there's just a handful of marbled guards. That's what I hear they call them, those golden guards. There's a handful of them that made it in and barricaded the door to the Imperial Layer. And I think we're just going to have to take the lift down and bust on through. I don't know how many a handful is. I hope it's less than 10. And then Korka. And then the Inquisitor, who, to my knowledge, based on intelligence that I've received since I got here, escaped from the Inquisition headquarters on this very layer before we could apprehend her.
Can't we just poke a hole through?
Well, that's the plan, yes. Our explosives expert Bean was planning on blasting the doors open.
No, like
Okay.
through the ground. Like how you did with that hole over there.
Oh, that's like a whole planar transport problem. We can't just bust on down through like 6 layers of 100-foot thick stone. That's ridiculous.
Makes sense.
So
But
we
like
have to take the
one
lift?
single layer. Yeah.
And do we have someone who can operate the lift?
Yeah, we've got men on the surface.
Okay.
Troops on the ground.
Cool. So we take the lift, we go down, we bust the palace doors open, and we just kind of brute force our way into the palace, take this guy out, I guess, and
Take the heart of gold and go home.
That's the plan?
And everyone goes home.
Okay.
And find Kreska and the heir.
Of course.
And kill the Inquisitor.
Cool. I guess we should do that then if Artis really needs this thing and we want to like help people, which is I guess our main priority now. That is something we should do. So I put my hand in, like, you know, the like.
Flo puts both hands in.
Guys,
I'm gonna go.
And you're just
cool with
holding
this?
hands with
I
the
put
cell.
my right hand in.
Okay.
Who's next?
Serenep kind of looks between the group and just kind of hesitantly puts her hand on top.
Winsler, you down?
I'm putting my hand on the bottom because I'm a cool kid.
Oh man.
Do you put it upside down
Upside
or do you
down.
put it right side? Nice. So you're
It's,
like
just,
high-fiving.
it's now a hand sandwich.
It's just like,
Okay, so you're high-fiving slowly and gently high-fiving
yeah.
Mira as her hands are squished by a large newt.
Ugh.
Hand sandwich.
And
Hell yeah.
we're going to cut to 6 hours later. I'm going to tell you all, I know it's not in the official rules,
What are
but
you doing?
Are you doing it?
you guys
Are you
can have
doing
a
it?
long rest.
Oh my god.
I can do magic again.
Oh my god, we're so powerful.
Oh shit, sorry, I guess you don't have a bardic inspiration anymore, Winsler.
I never used it.
Aw, shucks. Yeah,
that's what
he's
I
had
meant.
it for 17
Never
hours.
give me it because I will forget.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
She
Luke,
gave
you're
it to
the
you to
best
open a
DM
door,
ever.
and then you
I
didn't
did
open
not
the
open
door.
the door. You're right.
Well, you did open the door, you just didn't use bardic
I did
inspiration.
not use bardic inspiration.
Hey guys, I got 3 more scorching rays. Sorry.
This is Serenup's villain transformation.
No.
The heel turn.
This is her turning into Darth
This
Vader.
is Sam talking. No, Sam has the dark humor, not Serenep, please. I don't want
Serenep
that.
is pure angel.
Did I say Sarah? Did I say Sarah?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
I don't believe you know the name Sarah. I only think you know the name Mira.
That's true. I can confirm.
So, unless anyone had any specific courses of action,
Are there any musical instruments
Did
in
artists
time
wake
that I
up
can
in
use
those
to
6
restring
hours?
my lyre in that 6 hours?
what did you ask, Sarah? Musical
Yeah,
instruments.
anything that looks like a string sitting around the tavern in those 6 hours that I can.
There, you know those like I don't know what the actual jargon term, technical term for them. You know those like big sticks that stick out of the tin can that you put like a big string on and doink
Doing,
on?
doing,
Sure.
doing.
Like almost like, I don't know what they are. People play them next to people with banjos. I'll probably look it up after we record this and feel like an imbecile, like I do every week. But there's probably one of those in the corner made of stone with like a silver string or gold. No, it would be silver, not gold. It's not evil.
Gold is evil.
I'll try to restring my lyre with those things. I'll probably get it properly
Absolutely.
done when I'm back at school, but for
Okay.
magic purposes.
Just for the sake,
Yeah.
Integrity, did you want to do something?
Did artists wake up in those 6 hours?
No.
He sleep.
Even if you try to wake
He's
him?
like deeply asleep, like snoring.
Like, even if you try to wake him?
Even if you try to wake him. He also looks like he's like the colors return to his face. He's not a plump guy. Like he's still very like he's typically gaunt, but like it was bad, right? Like he literally looks like a skull with some skin stretched over it, and now he's returned to looking like a living
He's been
human.
de-twinkified.
That's not true. He's an elf. He looks like a living elf, and he looks healthy, and his hair is like fine, and his eyes are good. You open his eyes and shine a
Jesus,
flashlight
yeah.
in them. That
We
doesn't
don't have
exist.
flashlight. And like
Yeah.
and like
Flashlight?
since I'm guessing she's Integrity sort of curious as to this whole bonding of orbs is, I'm going to be like, take it off his hand, see what happens, take it back to
Oh
his
my
hand.
god.
Like are
Taking
there
it
any
off
difference?
taking it off just momentarily doesn't seem to affect him at all.
Okay.
No.
But I still leave that one orb with him.
Okay, and you take the green one with
Yes.
you. The orb of reverence.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Epitipit.
So
I wanted to do something. I wanted to
did you
see
wanna
what the
do,
fuck
Winston?
I was copying down from Faramel's book.
Oh, like
Or
spells
like what the fuck
or
he was-
yogurt?
other than the yogurt recipe, if there's anything else that I copied down.
Roll a. What would this be? There's no like. What do you
I
think,
have
Ben?
no idea.
There's no like get in the dirt skill. If there was a getting the dirt skill, as a side note, we haven't been to Wildcliff in a year,
Would that
but
be-
Ari would have like plus
Would
20 to that
like,
fucking shit.
like insight or
That's
perception?
the only thing Ari's proficient in.
I think insight would be good, or perception,
Insight.
whatever you have a bonus
Okay.
to. I think.
Just
I'm willing
wondering,
to give
is
to you.
Pheromone going back with us? Like to the portal? Like helping us out?
He said that his
I thought he said he
business
was
is in
staying
the
here.
plane.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
a 15 gets you a fairly in-depth map.
Oh.
Granted, take this with a grain of salt. This is like 7 years old, so it would be a highly accurate with very
It's a
specific
map for something that I
locations
have no
marked.
idea what it's for.
Of like the area surrounding, like the general area that you guys
Oh,
have
so
been
he was just
in the
bored
plane
and
of
he drew a
Isithel.
map.
It seems like he went through like very, like he didn't have this book with him in prison. It seems like he went through extreme, like rigorous, disciplined approach to mapping it out perfectly.
Cool.
But again, it might not be super accurate. You do know that the forest changes almost on a daily basis, so this could be way out of date. But you have the general locations of a lot of locations, which I'll give to you.
I also wanted to get the
off air.
exact instructions for the yogurt recipe because we never finished getting that coffee down.
I think you get it all, most of it, except right as you guys were getting onto the lift, he had to shut his book to get on the lift, and you missed like the last like 2 steps.
Okay, I want to ask him what those last 2 steps were. I am really,
You're gonna die
I
in
am really
powder.
insistent on getting this yogurt recipe.
He's going to open his book out and like scratch his nose and go, "Oh well, let's check here, my friend, my young friend. Oh, it seems that the last 2 steps are the second last step would be to incubate in a dry place for 5 hours, and then the alternative or the final would be, alternative, you could incubate it for a few hours, a shorter duration in a warmer environment, being sure not to burn the the yogurt. It's very healthy for you. You don't want to kill all of that germs and such. I'm not a we don't know what bacteria. We don't know what bacteria are.
There you go.
And then the final step is to add some granola and raisins and
Amazing.
enjoy
I'm gonna send this.
on a muffin.
I'm gonna send this to my parents. Look what I'm learning in magic school, guys. A yogurt recipe.
Look at this
Hey,
magic
by the
yogurt
way,
recipe.
we're in a revolution.
Excellent.
He has
I
some
am
yogurt.
fulfilled now. My arc is done.
There you go.
Can't fight tyrannical dictators without a healthy microbiome.
Exactly.
There you
Eat
go.
healthy, fools.
I mean, like, it's like when Jamie Lee Curtis killed that dictator that one time. Gotta have gut health to do it.
Wait, what are you? What?
Jamie Lee Curtis promotes Activia. It's a gut.
Oh.
that
It's a
joke
joke.
fell
She
flat.
didn't actually overthrow a
Yeah, it was like a joke
tyrannical
because it's
leader.
funny because it's Jamie
I
Lee
thought-
Curtis and picturing her doing that is silly. But the joke didn't
No, yeah,
work,
I
so
was-
let's just move on.
I got it. I really enjoyed it.
I thought she was an action hero actress who like.
Isn't she
did
going
the-
for Freaky
the-
Friday?
Oh my
Wasn't
God, I
Jamie Lee
fucking
Curtis
wish.
in? Wasn't Jamie Lee Curtis in Last
okay,
Action
I know.
Hero?
I know exactly who you're talking
She's
about.
Freaky
now.
Friday,
Got
the
it.
mom,
Okay.
in the reboot.
Love her.
Reboot, I mean,
Was
love
she
her so
in
much.
Last Action Hero
Forgot
with
her name, though.
Arnold? What's the Arnold Schwarzenegger? I think it's Last Action Hero, where Arnold Schwarzenegger is like a CIA agent, but he doesn't want to tell his family, so then he gets in a bunch of trouble, and then his
Wait, I
wife
thought
actually
Last
gets
Action Hero
involved.
was the one
In the
where he
middle
was,
of the
like,
episode.
a
I'm just
doll or
saying,
something?
we're not gonna leave Patter at this rate.
Anyways,
This is getting cut, correct? Just
Hell
Jamie
no.
Lee
This
Curtis
better
talk.
be. Like, seriously?
This is like part of the bonus episode. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like outtakes from...
So we cut to the 5 of you, as well as Bean, Blub, Stove, and Flo. It's a very cramped lift, being descending to the Imperial Layer. As the iron gate or the iron cage shutters to a stop, and you swing the door open, and all huddle out onto this small like rock jutting out from the edge of the cliff, where there is a large set of doors which are closed. There's no guards. Last time you went by this layer, there were numerous guards out here, and you stand on the precipice for a few minutes as Bean sets up a few small black boxes along the what he seems to think are critical places along the door, creating like a smaller doorway that all of you can fit through, because you guys have no need of like a 20-foot tall doorway like a elemental might.
Serenith might.
So they make like a small 7-foot like archway out of this. And as they're doing this and taking the time to set it up properly, quite a few Root Newts, just general revolutionaries, nondescript revolutionaries of all types, with this similar patterning of like a light blue plus polka dots or cloudy colored white spots on them, seem to assemble on this platform with you. It's very crowded at this point. Not to the point of someone falling off, but to the point of there's like a hefty, probably 40 people here, and plus you 5, right? So 45 people in total, ready to storm as soon as Bean gives the all clear. Where do you want to be in the charge, I think is my question. As a group, where do you want to, and at what point would you want to enter? Immediately, after a little bit, or last?
I would say after a little bit,
Yeah.
so that like the main people can go in, we can have a second to kind of assess, and then we're like, because we don't want to go last either, because these people look pretty weak, and you know we don't want them all to be killed, and then it's just us.
Yeah.
I feel like middle would be
Okay,
a good place to be.
So you kind of approach the middle of the group. You see Blub standing there, and he kind of nods to you and gives you like a pat on the back, Sereneth, and kind of like shares knowing looks.
I'm getting my javelin ready.
Are you sure you don't want to get your fork ready?
My fork that turns into a trident? Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get my trident ready.
Oh, your super cool fork. Yeah, Blub gives you all these knowing looks. Sereneth, you ready your fork. It expands in your hands into this large trident. It's not a trident, but it's a very sharp, giant fork.
What's its material again? It's a metal.
I think it's
thing,
brass. Right? It's some sort of composite, but I think
fork.
it looks brassy. But it extends to be like the perfect size. Like you have javelins, and they've been made specifically for you, so they're like tailor-made the right size, like a hockey stick. Cut it to the right size.
Oh hell yeah!
But this one just immediately grows to the perfect size. And it's almost like as you shift your grip, it's like the metal is actually moving underneath your fingers to like accommodate, so that you always have the best grip on it.
Okay. I was gonna ask, like, because I have like, because my elemental thing is like lightning and stuff. So I was wondering if I could like charge that up to
You might be able
shock some
to
people.
practice that, but not at this point. No.
Yeah. Okay.
But it is an ingenious thought.
Thank you.
So,
Man, I wish I had done that while we were waiting 6 hours.
I think it would take it like probably like a month of training, or at least someone teaching you how to do it. But it's a smart thought. It shows your studies have been paying off.
I mean, hey, now I know what to tell Blub if he ever asks me again what I want to do after this is all done.
Yeah. And I think almost unceremoniously, Bean triggers the blast on the door.
All right.
And after a few, you hear just this loud echoing explosion right in front of you you hear the echo as it like echoes around this giant cavern that you're in, this circular waterfall pit. And there's dust that shoots out towards you, and the Root Newts in front of you charge, yelling, and you hear, after a moment, as they funnel through the crack in the door, you hear clangs of metal armaments against stone and metal against metal, and like the like breaking of stone, and just the general sounds of combat. And now it is at this point your guys' chance to run through. Do you just want to run straight through this smoke? You can't really see what's on the other side.
That's a good point.
I'm going to cast invisibility.
Oh.
I'm gonna look to the others and say, see you on the other side, cast invisibility, run in.
Okay. Sereneth, as you run in, the rest of you see this like puff of like, it looks like someone's running through that smoke, but there's no one there. Wow, imagine that. But you all know.
Where's Sereneth go?
You all know it's Sereneth. Sereneth, as you run through, you see on either side there's 6 large elementals that have this incredible marbling. They're probably like, they're large. They're very large. They're probably in like the 12 to 18 foot
Jesus.
range. Like the very large people that have, like, everyone else has been like moderate to large or to small, and then Algot was very large. Like he was like 18, 19 feet, and that was sitting down, and these people seem to be about the same size as that.
Heck.
Damn.
Holy shit.
But they take no notice. They are just like kind of, it's almost like they're being swarmed. Like the two at the very furthest back, all behind like these stone barricades, are fine at the moment, but as Root Newts pour in behind you as well, again, there's like 40 of them. They kind of just swarm around and kind of keep these people from moving as they swing. They try to swing these pole arms in, but it's very close quarters. To describe the actual room, it's this large, arched like entryway with just like gold plating every single surface, like embossed, like what's that technique where, or like that architectural style where it's like the little squares that are in the ceiling? I don't know what the name of it is. I'll find it eventually, but it's just like this embossed patterned gold that's pressed into the walls everywhere. Like it doesn't seem to be anywhere where it's natural stone except for the floor.
Interesting.
What would the rest of you like to do? And Sereneth, you can run straight by. Make a perception check. Sorry, one last thing.
I was gonna ask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll wait till my next turn, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like in this, like me running through the puff of smoke, does that leave like an opening where I can like see them still through, and I can like shoot a message at them or something?
No, it's dense smoke.
Okay.
Like almost like after a building gets like torn down and there's just a cloud of dust.
So I got a 16.
Okay, that's enough. At the end of the hallway, sitting on a small stone chair, you see a modestly sized, golden-eyed elemental, which you recognize almost instantaneously as Yona. And they are so at the end of this foyer hall, there is another hall going left, another hall going right, both of those smaller, and then a set of large ornate doors, and that is what Yona is sitting next to on this small chair.
You've thrown our greatest weakness at us.
Doors.
A door.
Yeah.
A gold door, mind you.
Damn.
Mira, Winsler, and Integrity, what are you doing?
I'm gonna like slip my top kind of over my nose so I can breathe in something, so I don't like choke on this dirt.
Do you have your necklace on?
Yes, I do.
Then you don't even need to worry about it.
You're right. That's true. I just run in.
Absolutely.
Just assume I always have my necklace on. It's cute. Dylan's gave it to me.
Yeah.
I'm wearing it.
Oh,
my
that
God.
necklace. Wait, what is that necklace about again?
Adaptation.
It lets her breathe in dangerous environments.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go in, but I will be holding onto my short sword and my rope tied
Okay.
to my waist, but I can easily grab it.
Okay. Like on your belt.
Yes.
Winsler? Battle cry?
Y'all
Charge?
have all cool ways to get past the smoke. Meanwhile, I'm just probably going to be casting Dragon's Breath on Mr. Wiggles, hold him like a gun, and just charge forward.
Wait, did I miss something? Where did you get a gun?
No.
It's Mr. Wiggles is the gun.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna cast Dragon's
Like
Breath
those
on Mr.
videos.
Wiggles. Hold him in my arms.
What kind?
Acid. The classic.
It's now
The
Mr.
good.
Wiggins.
Oh shit.
And we're just gonna charge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys charge in. Faramel is hot on your heels for a little bit, and then he falls behind. But he'll catch up. And Blub kind of disappears into the mass of blue newts attacking big, beefy elementals. They're not beefy. There's no beef. There's no meat on these bones. There's no
Bulky.
bones. Bulky.
Boneless enemies.
And again, the three of you see as you run in the same sight that Serenup's seen. You don't know how far behind her you are, but this hallway is probably about 100 feet long before there's this large ornate door. And you all see Yona sitting there, reading reading off like a piece of stone or something.
How to stop a revolution.
Like completely disinterested in what's going on.
Jeez.
Like 80 feet in front of her.
Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Yes.
And unless you want to interfere with the seemingly swarmed Imperial guards, you can all make your way
To Yona.
to the end of the
Oh,
hall.
hell yeah.
I
Yep.
want that.
Yep.
Just running.
Just run. Book it.
Yep.
Serenup, you're invisible. Was there anything specific you were doing?
I'm just getting my I already have my trident ready and everything, or my fork, whatever. I'm gonna get it ready to
Okay.
throw like a javelin, I guess.
Absolutely.
At Yona.
Okay. Is there any
Not to-
specific... Yeah, I know. Is there any
Yeah.
specific trigger you're waiting for? Or...
Once I get within a decent throwing range.
Absolutely. Make an attack roll, I suppose.
Not to like kill, by the way, just to like
Yes,
get
it's okay.
her to like jump or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm. Get her to react.
Yes. That was is it athletics? I forgot what you said.
It's just an attack roll.
Oh, that is my unnatural 20.
Damn.
Okay. That very easily hits it. Roll your damage. I think it's a D8?
For
A D6 maybe? Ben, do you have an
Trident is
affirmative
a
on
D6.
that? Okay, a D6.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a D6. Plus whatever modifier.
I don't have a modifier for the trident.
It should be either strength, like add your dexterity or strength, whichever's
Okay.
higher.
So 7.
Okay. So it takes a chip out of her shoulder. Like the actual...
Can I say something cool, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you throw this and it leaves your hand, you just kind of become visible, and she looks up at you as this trident is flying at her. What do you say?
I say, it's rude to ignore company.
Nice.
And this trident smashes into her and like knocks her off her chair, and the stone tablet she was reading
Help.
goes flying and
I've
cracks
fallen,
against the ground.
and I can't get
I
up.
can't get up.
She's going to stand up. We're not initiative yet, folks. She's going to stand up, brush herself off. You see that her shoulder, the rock, this almost slate-like orange stone that used to compose her left shoulder, is kind of blown away. And underneath you just see like a smaller frame, but you see a glints of like gold. Like it's almost like her, like there's an underskin that's made of entirely gold.
My limit answers.
And she's going to turn to the large doors, push them open, and run inside.
What a coward.
Can I,
We
And
chase.
Oh yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
chase.
Give chase.
what did you want to do, Integrity?
when she's running, is it possible to lasso onto her?
No, I don't think that would be, because you came in after Serenup, so she's probably
This was
decent
way
ways
okay.
ahead of you. Yeah.
Okay, that
So like as you guys were running in, this is when this happened.
okay. Never mind.
And all of you are hit as these doors open with a wave of intense heat and like this weird smell, as the doors to the throne room open and Yona runs inside. And then the rest of you, I would assume, Serenup, you want to wait for your posse before you roll up.
I mean, I'll run and get the trident, and then
Absolutely,
I'll stop
yeah.
and wait for them.
Absolutely. It's only like a couple seconds and they catch up with you and kind of you can see Faramel probably like 40 feet back, jogging, like out of breath, like stopping every now and then to like catch his breath and hold on with his staff.
I'm gonna give him some encouragement, like, you can do it.
He's like,
almost there.
Thank you. And he gets there and he's just like, puts his hand on your shoulder and is like bent over, huffing and puffing. And he looks up and he says, so is this it then? We're all just gonna run in and do the deed.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I guess.
All right. And
Sereneph. It's gonna be okay.
Yo.
I'm gonna give her a bardic inspiration.
So you can use that on any D20 roll for the next 8 hours or whatever.
Trying to get a 30.
I don't know what the rules
So
are.
if I roll a
and Faramel.
You add.
Sorry.
So when you roll a D20, you can add a D6 if you choose.
Okay, got it.
Once. What would you like to say to Faramel Integrity?
Do you need help? Do you want me to conjure a floating disc so you can?
No. That would be a big waste of spell slots at this point. Spell slots aren't an actual concept in the game. That would be a huge waste of energy at this point. Don't worry about it. We're already here. Okay. So I don't know why I made. Oh, because he's running. That's why I made him sound kind of hoarse. Let's carry on.
I forgot why I was exhausted.
And
I forgot I wasn't even there last time.
I was like, why does he sound so old? And you all walk in.
He feels like he's aged 20 years after having to deal with us.
Jesus.
Yeah, we go in.
Would.
And to describe the room, it's rectangular. You're on a small, probably 20-foot wide path that is suspended above what seems to be a pool of liquid metal, liquid gold, molten gold that's bubbling, and that's the smell you assume that you smell. On either side of you, suspended probably like 10 feet up and against the walls. So there's a slight separation between like the path ends here, like the wall of this little bridge is here, and then there's a gap probably like 30 feet, and then there's almost like jury stands on either side that are like attached to the walls.
Welcome to court.
And they're empty. And they kind of like overlook the entire room. And at the front of the room, where this path that you're on, this small bridge leads, is a kind of square-shaped platform upon which there is a throne and 2 pillars holding up the vaulted ceiling extend from this square up to the ceiling. On the throne is a dark black elemental, probably about, they're sitting, but you'd estimate 14 feet or so. Very wide, very smooth, sharp edges, as opposed to a lot of the other elementals. They're made of this shaly rock where it's just kind of has a crumbly edge to it, or just kind of looks rounded. This is very sharp, jagged, very precise formation of this black stone. And then interlaced in this black stone is gems of all different colors, veins of different colors of ore. That you can't see gold, but you can also see silver and other metals. You can see gems and geodes here and there sticking out. Geodes, I don't think is the right term, but you understand. And this person sitting on the throne, on their lap is a large, to your best approximation, anatomically correct looking heart made of solid gold. It resembles Integrity, Mira, and Winsler, the size of the heart that you saw in the when you were doing the sunken hatch.
One
in
Integrity
the
bit.
Trial of Reverence. The one Integrity took a bite out of.
Yeah,
Yes,
I remember that.
It's like similar.
She has to
in
bite
size
this
to
one
that.
to absorb its powers.
Oh my god.
Although it doesn't look like gross.
Okay.
It's just a golden
It's
heart.
not rotted.
And kneeling by his side is Yona, who you all see is missing a large chunk out of her shoulder. And in chains, lying on the floor in front of them, is a blue newt who looks up at you and goes, "Oh, hey, I got caught again."
God damn it.
Kreska?
And it is Kreska.
Oh.
And Korka is going to stand up to his full 15 or so feet.
Hi,
Not
your
the
guards are
biggest.
taller than you.
Do we really want to make fun of the man
I
that's
mean,
gonna
yes,
try and
we're
kill
about to
us?
beat the shit out of him. Of course, I
As
want
a
to trash
bard, that
talk
is my
him.
job.
Okay,
And
got
he's
it.
going to say, "Welcome to Patter. I wish we could have met under
No,
better
not another welcome. We
circumstances.
want to leave.
Nah, man, these are the perfect circumstances, I think.
But if these are the circumstances, so be it.
Oh shit.
My trusted advisor, Yona, has advised me of your operations within my city, within my empire, what you've planned to do, what you have done. Your conspirators outside are fighting with my guards. I assume they'll overpower them. Just the numbers alone are not in my favor, but they're replaceable. I will offer you, on my word, I am the 19th eldest of this plane, the last of the named creations of Isithil. I offer you my word upon our great god themselves. If you wish to leave now, unscathed, unmarked, out of respect for alliances of the past between our planes, I will permit you to leave. I will hold no grudge against you. I will bear no ill will. No further violence will be taken towards you. I only ask that the 4 of you leave, but your professor stay. Those are my conditions.
No, I don't think we can do
From
that.
what we know about you, kind of sounds like you killed a lot of people indiscriminately. So it kind of sounds like the only reason you would ever be making us this offer is because you don't think that you can beat us. So no thank you. Bye.
I'm going to yell, "Hey, you, blockhead, come down here."
Kreska
Shit.
goes, "Oh yeah, get it.
I want to ask
You
Korka a question.
You see him shake his head. What's your question?
You say you have an empire, but I haven't seen anything really go outside the city, so I don't think you can call it an empire technically.
You see him smile, like this
Oh no.
weird smile, and he goes, "It's a slow start, but what empire was founded in 3 months?"
Probably, I read in history books there was this one called Romi.
Built in a
Built
day,
in
I
like
think.
3 days. You're kind of slow on that one.
He laughs
I heard
very
someone built an
loudly.
entire world in 7, so I mean.
Shit.
And is going to look down, and he's holding the heart at this point, and look back up and go, "So you're not taking my offer, I presume?"
Oh shit, he's gonna snap us?
No, we thought it through, gone through some internal review processes. We decided, no, and also second, fuck you.
Get down here, you blockhead.
She's so ready.
We need to help you
I
with
ready
your
my
life support.
Square up.
I ready my trident again, and I say, I just want to go home. But honestly, it sounds like it would be way more fun to kick your ass.
Damn.
He says, "Very well, Yona, deal with them."
I said you
And
get
he's
the
going
fuck
to-
down here.
He's going to walk back towards her, put his hand on her shoulder, and it kind of regrows like this
Ooh,
Hey,
fancy.
that's cheating.
heart kind of, you can see it
Boo.
turn almost molten in his hands, pliable, and part of it runs away without compromising any of its mass. It seems to run down his arms and fill the gap where her shoulder used to be, and the gold runs down her arms, dripping, and creates these 2 large blades extending from her arms. And he's going to turn back to you and say, "Well, let's get this over with then." And that's where we're going to end.
I knew you would do
Can
this.
I be real? I was about to be like, I threw the trident at his
I
face.
knew you would do this.
This is
I
a
would
really
just
short
wanna- I just
episode.
wanna
In the
say-
middle, we talked about Jamie Lee Curtis
Lee
and like a bunch
Curtis.
of stuff, and like Sam disappearing. There's a 30-minute episode. Continue.
I just want to say,
We're not putting out a 2-hour episode.
You know when you say
It's the final of powder.
you say that
Thank
it like
you.
like drips along his arm and all that stuff. I can only imagine like it's similar to the style of what I would see in like the Road to El Dorado, where it's just like the lava and it's just all like weird and flowy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Sarah, can you do the outro?
Fine, all right. If the episode
Fine.
must end, we gotta do the fucking outro. Hey y'all, hopefully you enjoyed this fun episode of Trials and Trebuchets. If you did, please leave us a rating or a review on iTunes or whatever other podcatcher app you use. It really helps us out a lot. We would appreciate it. For more fun TNT content, including previews for upcoming episodes and like fan art, all that cool stuff, you can follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Trials and Trebs. We also have a super amazing Discord server. It is a great place. Good vibes all around, and you can find the invite link to that on both of our social media pages. Thanks so much.
Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed. We'll talk to you next week into your ears. Until then,
Yes.
bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.